All right, let's dive deep into this idea of signs that something good is about to happen in your life. Now, before we go into these 7 signs, I want you to understand one thing. Reality is constantly shifting and responding to your state of being. So when something good is about to manifest in your life, there are clear signals in the way you feel, the way you think, and in the synchronicities you start to notice around you. These signs are your mind and body's way of tuning into the frequency of change. It's a shift in consciousness. It's a shift in energy. When your personal reality begins to change, it's because you've started to create a new personality. The first sign that something good is coming is that you feel a deep sense of gratitude without any external reason. Think about it. When you feel gratitude, you are signaling to your body and to the universe that the event you desire has already happened. You're no longer waiting for the external to change before you feel the emotion. Instead, you're generating the emotion before the experience. Now, when you live in that state of gratitude, your body begins to respond chemically as if the event has already occurred. Your brain and body don't know the difference between the real event and the one you're imagining. And what happens then? You become a magnet for that experience. You begin to collapse time. The universe responds to your energy because you're no longer separated from your desire. You are already living in the vibration of having received it. So if you're waking up every morning feeling this overwhelming sense of gratitude for no reason, that's your first clue. The universe is saying, you're already there. The second sign that something good is on its way is when synchronicities start to appear more frequently. You may have heard the word synchronicity before, but what does it really mean? Simply put, synchronicities are meaningful coincidences, moments that seem random but carry a deeper message. It's like the universe is leaving you little clues or breadcrumbs, showing you that you're on the right path. When you're in alignment with your desires and the future you're creating, these synchronicities begin to pop up more and more. They're like signals from the universe, letting you know that you're moving in the right direction. For example, you might think of a person, and then out of nowhere, that person calls or sends you a message. Or maybe you keep hearing the same phrase from different people in different places, and it feels like the universe is trying to tell you something. These moments are not accidents. They are markers that your energy is aligning with the future you're working to manifest. The more you pay attention to these synchronicities, the more you'll start to notice them. It's like when you tune a radio dial to just the right station. Once you find that perfect frequency, everything comes in clearly. In the same way, when you're aligned with your desires, the universe responds by sending you these little signs to keep you on track. It's almost like a conversation between you and the universe, where every synchronicity is a message saying, yes, you're on the right path. Keep going. These synchronicities can show up in many different ways. Maybe you're thinking about making a big decision, and then you see a sign like a billboard or a book title that seems to give you the answer you need. Or maybe you've been wanting to change something in your life, and suddenly you meet someone who has the exact advice or opportunity you've been looking for. These moments are not random. They are a direct result of the energy you are putting out into the world and the alignment you're creating with your future. The key here is to pay attention. Often we brush off these moments as coincidences, but if you start to see them for what they truly are, signs from the universe, you'll begin to notice them more and more. And the more you notice them, the more they will show up in your life. It's as if the universe is giving you a little nod, confirming that you're heading in the right direction. So, when you start experiencing these meaningful coincidences, know that they are a clear sign that something good is about to manifest in your life. You're not just imagining it. These synchronicities are proof that your energy is in tune with the future you want to create. They are like a guidepost, pointing you toward the good things that are coming. Keep your eyes open, stay in alignment with your desires, and trust that these signs are leading you exactly where you need to go. Something amazing is on its way, and the universe is making sure you know it. The third sign that something good is on its way is when you start to feel a sense of peace, even in times of uncertainty. This feeling might seem strange at first because most of us are used to thinking that we need to control every part of our lives in order to make things happen. We try to plan every detail, figure out every step, and stress over the how and when. But the truth is, real creation, real change, happens when we let go of that need for control. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up or not caring about what you want. Instead, it's about trusting that the process is already working in your favor, even if you can't see every detail yet. When you stop trying to figure out exactly how or when your desires will come true, and instead believe that everything is moving in the right direction, you open yourself up to the flow of life. Think about it this way. When you're trying to swim upstream in a river, it takes a lot of energy and effort. You're fighting against the current, and it feels exhausting. But when you let go and trust the flow of the water, it carries you effortlessly. This is exactly how it works with manifesting something good in your life. When you stop resisting and stressing and instead surrender to the process, you allow things to happen naturally, without forcing them. That sense of peace you begin to feel, even when you don't know exactly what's going to happen, is a powerful sign that you're on the right path. It shows that you're no longer stuck in a place of fear or survival mode. You're not constantly trying to predict the worst-case scenario or worrying about what might go wrong. Instead, your mind and body are relaxed. You feel calm, knowing deep down that everything is happening as it should. This calmness in the face of uncertainty is a clear message from your higher self. It's like a gentle whisper saying, "Relax, it's already happening." Your higher self knows the bigger picture, even if you can't see it right now. It knows that what you've been working toward is already on its way. And when you feel that peace, it's a sign that you're in alignment with this higher version of yourself. It's important to remember that this sense of peace doesn't mean everything will always be smooth or predictable. There might still be moments where things feel unclear or where you're unsure of the next step. But that's okay. The key is that you're no longer fighting against the unknown. You've learned to trust the process, and that's why you feel peaceful even when you don't have all the answers. The fourth sign that something good is about to happen is that you begin to feel a stronger connection to your intuition. This is an exciting and important shift because your intuition acts like your own personal GPS, guiding you along the path to where you need to be. It's that inner voice or gut feeling that helps you make decisions, choose the right direction, and know what steps to take next. What's truly fascinating about intuition is how it often works quietly in the background, nudging you toward the right choices without you even realizing it. When something good is about to happen, you start to notice that you trust yourself more. You stop second-guessing your decisions or overthinking things. Instead, you begin to follow those subtle inner signals without questioning them. This is a sign that you're becoming more in tune with yourself and with the future you're creating. For example, one day, you might feel the urge to take a different route to work or go to a place you don't usually visit. You don't know why, but you just feel drawn to do it. And then something unexpected happens. Maybe you meet someone new who opens up an opportunity or gives you valuable advice that changes your life. Or you might feel the sudden desire to reconnect with someone you haven't spoken to in years. You follow that feeling and reach out, only to discover that this person is the key to something new and positive in your life, whether it's a career opportunity, a meaningful friendship, or some other unexpected blessing. This kind of connection to your intuition is no accident. It happens because your energy is already aligning with the future you want to create. You're tuning into the right frequency, and your intuition is picking up on that. The more you trust and listen to this inner guidance, the more it will lead you to the right places, people, and experiences that are meant for you. It's important to remember that intuition doesn't always shout or demand attention. It often speaks in quiet, gentle whispers. It might come as a feeling in your gut, a sense of peace, or just a knowing that you can't quite explain. But when you're in touch with your intuition, you don't need to know all the answers or see the whole picture. You just need to trust those feelings and take small steps in the direction they point you toward. The more you follow your intuition, the more you'll notice that life seems to flow more easily. Things will start to fall into place, and you'll find yourself in the right place at the right time, surrounded by the right people. This isn't just coincidence. It's a sign that you're moving closer to the good things that are about to unfold in your life. The fifth sign that something good is about to happen is that you notice a shift in your thoughts and emotions. This is a powerful indicator because your thoughts and emotions play a major role in shaping your reality. But it's important to remember that it's not just any thought that creates your reality. It's the emotion behind the thought that truly holds the power. When you attach strong feelings to a thought, whether positive or negative, it starts to manifest in your life. If you've been putting in the work to improve yourself, like focusing on changing your thoughts and emotional state, and you start to notice that you're thinking and feeling differently than you used to, that's a big sign that something is shifting in your life. This kind of change doesn't happen overnight, but when it does, it's a sign that you're moving in the right direction. For example, maybe in the past, you used to wake up feeling anxious or stressed about the day ahead, but now you wake up feeling excited and ready to take on the day. That's a huge shift. Or perhaps you used to doubt yourself a lot, questioning whether you could achieve your goals or if things would work out for you. But now there's a quiet confidence within you. You just have this feeling that everything is going to be okay, even if you don't know exactly how it will happen. These changes in your inner world, your thoughts and emotions, are the first signs that something good is coming. They are the precursors to changes in your outer world. When you start thinking and feeling differently, you're sending out a different energy into the universe. And since everything in life is energy, this shift in your energy will naturally bring about changes in your circumstances. It's like tuning into a new frequency. If your thoughts and emotions used to be tuned into a frequency of fear or doubt, then that's what you attracted into your life. But now that you're shifting to a frequency of excitement, confidence, and positivity, you're attracting better things into your life. So if you notice that your inner dialogue is becoming more positive and that your emotions are more aligned with what you want to manifest, it's a clear sign that you're on the right path. Your mind and heart are working together to create the future you desire. And that's a powerful place to be. Keep in mind, this shift might not always be dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle, like a quiet inner peace or a feeling of calm that replaces worry. But whether the shift is big or small, it's a sign that your energy is changing, and when your energy changes, your life changes too. The sixth sign that something good is about to happen is that you start to release things that no longer serve you. This can be people, habits, thoughts, or even places you once felt connected to. When you're manifesting something new in your life, it requires a shift. The old version of you has to make room for the new version. Think of it like this. You can't bring the old version of yourself into the new reality that you're creating. The person you're becoming doesn't need the same things as the person you once were. As this process begins, you might notice that certain relationships start to fade away. People who used to be an important part of your life may no longer feel like they're on the same path as you. This can be challenging because it may feel like you're losing something. But in reality, you're making space for new connections that will align with where you're going. In addition to relationships, you might find that certain habits no longer resonate with you. Perhaps you once enjoyed spending hours on social media or watching television, but now those activities feel like a waste of time. This is a natural part of the growth process. As you evolve, your interests and priorities shift. You start to focus more on things that bring you closer to your goals and dreams. Even your thoughts might begin to change. You might catch yourself thinking differently about situations that used to trigger negative emotions. The things that used to stress or worry you may not have the same power over you anymore. This is a clear sign that you're letting go of the old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve your higher purpose. You're beginning to think in a way that aligns with the future you want to create. Your environment may also change. You might feel a strong urge to clean out your living space, get rid of clutter, or even move to a new location. This can happen because as your energy shifts, you feel the need for your surroundings to match your new vibration. Letting go of physical clutter or moving to a different place can symbolize making room for new experiences and opportunities. This process of letting go can feel uncomfortable at times. Stepping into the unknown is often scary because you don't always know what the future holds. You may find yourself holding on to certain relationships, habits, or thoughts because they feel familiar and safe. But if they no longer serve you, it's important to release them. Trust that this shedding process is necessary for your growth. You can't create a new reality without first letting go of the old one. The seventh sign that something good is about to happen is when you feel a deep sense of excitement and anticipation. It's not just a small or fleeting feeling. It's like something big is on the horizon, and you can sense it in every part of your being. This feeling is not random or temporary. It feels grounded, real, and undeniable. Even if you don't know exactly what's coming, you can feel that something is shifting in your life. This feeling is your energy aligning with the future that you've been envisioning or working toward. Your body is literally preparing itself for the new experience that's about to unfold. Think about it this way. You're no longer in a state of waiting. You're not sitting around hoping that something good will happen one day. Instead, you're feeling the excitement of what's coming as if it's already here. This is powerful because in this moment, you've shifted your mindset. You're not focused on the lack of what you want or the distance between where you are now and where you want to be. Instead, you're vibrating at the frequency of your future. You're feeling the joy, excitement, and anticipation of the event before it even arrives. When you feel this heightened sense of excitement, it's a clear sign that your body is catching up to your mind. Remember, your body is your unconscious mind. It doesn't know the difference between an event that's real or one that's vividly imagined. So when you feel that sense of excitement and anticipation, your body is reacting as if the future event has already happened. You're training your body to feel the emotions of your future before it becomes your reality. This feeling of excitement is more than just a positive emotion. It's a signal that your energy is in harmony with the experiences you want to create. The more you feel this emotion, the more you're drawing that experience toward you. You become like a magnet, pulling the event or experience closer into your life. This is how the law of attraction works at its core. You're not chasing after the event or waiting for it to happen. You're becoming the type of person who is already living in alignment with that future, and the universe responds to that energy. Now think about what happens when you hold on to this feeling of excitement. You're not just passively waiting for something to change. You're actively tuning into the energy of your future every day. This creates momentum. The longer you stay in that state of anticipation, the faster the experience is drawn to you. You're reinforcing to your mind and body that this new experience is already a part of your life, and that creates a powerful shift in your reality. As you maintain this sense of excitement and anticipation, you begin to notice more signs around you. You might start seeing synchronicities or coincidences that confirm what you're feeling. These could be unexpected opportunities, chance encounters, or things lining up in ways that seem almost magical. This is the universe responding to your energy, giving you clues that something big is on its way. What's important here is to stay connected to that feeling. Even when doubt or fear tries to creep in, remind yourself of that deep excitement and anticipation. That's the key to maintaining the energy that will bring your desired experience into your life. The more you practice feeling the emotions of your future, the more natural it becomes for you to stay in that state. Over time, it will feel effortless, and the gap between your current reality and your future vision will begin to close. In this state of excitement, you're no longer living in the past or focusing on what hasn't happened yet. Instead, you're living in the energy of what's possible. You're embodying the future you want to create, and that changes everything. You'll notice your thoughts begin to shift. You'll find yourself making different choices, taking actions that align with this new reality. Your behaviors will change, and you'll start to attract experiences that match the vibration you're putting out. This is the power of aligning with your future before it happens. When you can feel the excitement and anticipation of what's coming, you're collapsing the distance between you and your desired outcome. You're stepping into the version of yourself who is already living that experience, and the universe has no choice but to match your energy. It will bring the opportunities, relationships, and experiences that are in harmony with the emotions you're radiating. You see, the universe is always responding to your energy. It's always giving you feedback, and when you start to see these signs, it means you're in the right frequency. Match between your energy and that potential that exists in the quantum field. By tuning a radio dial, when you lock into that frequency, if you keep revisiting that energetic signature over again every single day, then you don't have to go anywhere and get it. The new job finds you. The new house actually finds you. The new relationship finds you, because you are the vortex that's drawing the experience to you. My definition of creation is when I forget about me. I become nobody, no one, no thing, nowhere, and no time. I become pure consciousness. And the moment I reach that elegant moment of the generous present moment, all possibilities in the quantum field exist truly when our brain and body are in the present moment. Getting there is the work. So then most people then create reality from what we call three-dimensional creation. Now, when you teach people how to take their attention off of matter, off of objects, off of a particle, and sense energy and sense space and pay attention to nothing, the moment they begin to open their focus, all of a sudden, their brain waves begin to change from beta to alpha. But not only just alpha, where the imaginary inner world starts to become more real, but very coherent brainwave patterns in alpha. So when you're under stress, you're trying to control that person, that thing that you're experiencing, your attention is shifting from one thing to the next. Turns out that each one of those things has a neurological network in the brain, assigned to it because we've experienced it. So as you try to control all these things and your attention is shifting, you measure the brain. There's no coherency. The brain is very incoherent. Why is it important to have coherency? Well, because the moment you open your focus and the brain begins to acclimate, different compartments of the brain begin to unify. They begin to synchronize, and what syncs in the brain links in the brain. So when your brain is coherent, you're coherent. When your brain is incoherent, you are incoherent. The person, the maverick, who's willing to step out into the unknown, that unknown is the perfect place to create from. Because only in the unknown can you create something new. And if you and I can become comfortable in that unknown place, then the best way to predict the future is to create it from that unknown place. Now, when people start crossing the river of change from the old self to the new self, because they're no longer thinking, acting, and feeling in the same way, there is literally a biological, a neurological, a genetic, a chemical death of the old self. And this dark night of the soul, this unfamiliar place, is the true value, the true step towards developing a new self. And your biology, your neurocircuitry, your neurochemistry, your neurohormones, and even your genetic expression is equal to how you think, how you act, and how you feel. And how you think, how you act, and how you feel is called your personality, and your personality creates your personal reality. That's it. So then, if you wanted to create a new personal reality, a new life, then you would have to start thinking about what you've been thinking about and change it. You would have to become aware of your unconscious thoughts and observe them. You would have to pay attention to your automatic habits and behaviors and modify them. And you would have to look at the emotions you live by every single day that are connected to your past and decide if those emotions belong in your future. You see, most people try to create a new personal reality as the same personality, and it doesn't work. You literally have to become someone else. And you are here this week to learn vital information about creating a future and be defined by a vision of the future instead of the memories of the past. Because if you are not defined by some vision that is bigger than you and you are not passionate about that vision, then you are left with the old hardware of the past in your brain and you will be predictable in your life. So would you agree then? New thoughts, new information should lead to new choices. New choices should lead to new behaviors, and new behaviors should create new experiences, and new experiences should produce new emotions, and those new emotions should drive new thoughts. And that's called evolution. So if your brain is a record of the past and you don't have a vision of the future, then you are living in the past. And you will never arrive at that new future. Now there's another potential for you to exist free from the chains of the old self. That potential exists right now. And I want you to teach your body emotionally what it would feel like so that it begins to believe it's in the actual experience of freedom. Let your body feel freedom so that it thinks it's in the experience. And I want you to sit in your body emotionally to feel the joy of how you would feel. So the body begins to be in a future potential now emotionally, and there's a potential for you to have all your needs met and be wealthy. And I want you to instruct your body to experience wealth and the joy of riches ahead of the actual events, so your body thinks it's in the experience. If you feel it, your body thinks it's in the experience. It doesn't know the difference. Now there's a potential in the field for a genius mind, quicksilver thoughts, insights that take you to new horizons. Now where you place your attention is where you place your energy. So you want that energy to move right to the top of your head. So then as you inhale, you bring that energy all the way up to the top. You keep following your breath. You lock all the way to the top. When you get to the top, now you hold your breath. And when you hold your breath, you contract those intrinsic muscles and you begin to lift those muscles up and you begin to compress those muscles and you begin to push that cerebral spinal fluid up into your brain. So then why do I ask you to inhale and hold your breath? Now this isn't inhaling and turning purple and pushing. If you're doing that, you're doing it wrong. It's a slow, steady breath and you follow that breath all the way to the top, either to the top of your head or you put your awareness on where that pineal gland is between the back of your throat and the back of your head. Now when you inhale, that inhalation is very slow and very steady. It's not a big inhalation and pushing. It's a slow, steady breath, and you're contracting these muscles and coordinating it, and you're following your breath all the way to the top of your head. And when you get to the top of your head, I'm going to ask you to inhale a little bit more. And as you pull up, you're going to lock these muscles down even further and you're lifting them up. Once you lift them up and you have your attention either on the top of your head or the space that your pineal gland occupies in space, I'm going to ask you to lock those muscles down and pump, squeeze, or push. And I want you to push that fluid up into your brain by squeezing the muscles. Not by holding your breath harder, but by squeezing those muscles. I want you to begin to pump that fluid and begin to compress up against your pineal gland. When you do this breath, you have to demonstrate a will that's greater than any program. You have to find a level of intensity or a level of passion that's greater than the body as the mind or any addiction to any emotion. You have to be inspiration, the movement of energy. Don't be afraid of it. Just surrender into it. For some people, their body will do unusual things. That's information trying to be integrated into it. Don't be afraid of it. Just surrender into it. If your body does weird things, more than likely that's energy moving to your brain. If you have a lapse of consciousness or you all of a sudden find yourself on the ground, that's energy moving into your brain. It's happened to me numerous times. It's a sign that you're getting close or at least doing it correctly. Now, when you wake up, be ready for surprises. Sometimes something unusual happens in our lives because of our efforts. These first moments of change help us see our own power. So, take a few moments each morning, evening, and throughout the day to check in with yourself. If you feel off, take a moment to boost your energy and get back on track. Doing this often will make you less frustrated, impatient, and judgmental. You'll grow and change. After meditating, if you still feel the same as before, it means nothing much has changed. But if you feel uplifted, have a clear vision of your future, and notice a change in your energy, that's progress. The real challenge is maintaining this positive state. You are creating a new energy signature that influences your reality. Thoughts are electric and feelings are magnetic. What you think and feel is broadcast into the world, shaping your future. When you sit quietly and disconnect from your daily life, you focus on making your inner world more real than your outer world. When you re-enter the world, try not to react emotionally to old situations. If you do, you're slipping back into your past. Instead, realign yourself, change your energy, and stay focused. I like to wake up early, around 4:30 a.m., to work on myself before the day starts. This quiet time is when I feel most connected and productive. Investing in this time helps me invest in my future. Early mornings are perfect for this because the connection between the conscious and subconscious minds is stronger. I can work on myself more easily in this state. In the evening, I reflect on my day. I ask myself how I did, where I could have done better, and what I would change. This reflection helps me come up with new plans. Thinking about these changes prepares my brain to act differently next time. This process, called plasticity, helps improve how we handle life. If you are trying to create something great, you need to feel great. The more you practice this, the easier it becomes. When you're consistently in a positive state, you'll start to see more coincidences and opportunities in your life. These are signs that the universe is opening doors for you.